in the Ondo South Senatorial District, there seems to be another crisis rocking the area. And we have youth in this area protesting a 10-year blackout. And I wonder what's the government doing, at least to draw the attention at the federal level, because 10 years is just too much to subject people. And I wonder what kind of, how the JMPPR, your intervention mandate, is going to work in an area where there is blackout.
Neither the state government nor the federal government is losing. We are sleepless because of this. How can people be without light? Anyway, we try to make some immediate intervention by providing mini grids. We have people coming that want to put solar.
How many units?
The number of mini grids, there are a lot. The solar part, solar one is supposed to be for each home, where you can have, where you don't even have today no national grid. There are areas that can never, the national grid is not there, no line. Those are the places where we are thinking of for solar park and co, so that you can get it 5 units in a house. It gives you about 2-3 points of light, 1 point to charge your phones and co. So those are the things we are trying to do. Okay,
now let's look at the Ondo State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission. Yeah, it's been alleged that your administration has completely neglected this agency to the point of becoming a dysfunctional agency. So what are you doing to revive this agency? Are you not looking in this direction?
Osopadek is being very vibrant. It is this same Osopadek we have today, a road that failed totally, which through Osopadek is being revived. We are had to bring in, what we call a new way of construction, in which you have to apply some, what we call hardening solution to part of the road before the road can start. So there are a number of things they are doing. They have awarded contract for other roads. And I think that it's important because people, when they say this, they don't know the extent as that Osopadek has gone.
Okay, now let's shift governance away from politics now. Coming into politics, even though come 2019, Ondo State might not be having a gubernatorial poll, but it's also having its fair share of politics at different levels.
All other elections.
All other elections. Now, for elections within the All Progressive Congress, which you belonged, there's been controversy over what mode to adopt in this election on whether it should be indirect primaries or direct primaries. So, which one are you supporting?
No, but for me, the mode you follow, for me, really does not matter. For me as a person, for as long as a process you choose to adopt is for proof. That's all. All, for instance, I will argue is that, look, I know if you have indirect primaries, those who are eligible to vote are ascertainable and the number is known. There is no doubt about it. That means the voters are known.
Are you jittery about direct primaries?
No, jittery about what? I'm not contesting, so why am I jittery about what? I cannot.
No, because people believe that the political implication could pull the rug off your control.
I don't need to have control of anything.
You are the leader of the party in your
state. Let me tell you, I came here on a mandate, not of anybody. And that's why I can hold my head high. I came here because God wanted me to be here. So Jittery, I'm a man who believes in what I'm doing. When you talk about that,
let me APC on those states breaking into factions?
I don't know. APC on those is solid. It's one. If anybody says APC on those is breaking into faction, they are fooling themselves. If anybody feels that he wants to be a faction, he's entitled to it, but not of APC. You be in your home, you say you're a faction. It's not possible. You can be on your own alone.
Let's just set the record straight. You said you're not worried about if the party breaks into faction?
I've never said so. I said there is no faction in Ondo State. And that if anybody sits in his house, himself and probably his son and other people say they are faction, they are joking. They are huge jokers. There is no faction.
You call it a joke?
It's a joke.
And you don't think that might set the party on implosion?
It's not possible. Not Ondo State. Ondo State is united. APC is not good. Can never. How? An individual? How? There are so many. How? People who cannot even win their awards will not tell you they will set the party on implosion. It's not possible.
Now, to just set the record straight on your position about having a united front on your party, the All Progressive Congress in Ondo State, what the report we're hearing from your cabinet is also alluding to the fact that it seems that it's no longer at ease for the Ondo State APC, with reports of about 9 commissioners about tendering their resignation.
Oh, maybe you take this in out of context. The fact that you're a commissioner does not preclude you from nothing an ambition to be on any other thing. Commissioner, the way I see it, is not a determinable thing.
So you're confirming that 9 members of your cabinet
I don't know.
will be tendering their resignation?
Nobody has tendered his resignation. So I don't know the number of them who want to tender their resignation. But I can confirm to you that I know of a fact that a number of them want to run for offices.
The LG election is almost a cast in stone now for December 1 in Ondo State. How do you intend to forge ahead with this, considering the pending litigation and controversy surrounding the removal of the PDP local government chairman in the place of caretaker committee?
I don't know whether there are controversies, but all I know is that the chairmen, not all of them, some of them went to court. They were at the High Court, they lost. They were at the Court of Appeal, they lost. I don't know whether they have now filed further appeal to the Supreme Court. So we do not have to wait until that. Some might argue that why don't you let them exhaust all the appellate opportunities they have up to Supreme Court? But without further look, I gave my words when I was coming there. Look, I was not going to perpetuate a local government system that will only be taking caretaker. I am a lawyer and I believe in the rule of law, and I believe that local government itself is an important arm of government.
The chairman of the Ondo State Electoral Commission says that there will be no deployment of card reader. How do you see this in the light of speculations that this might be a ploy to undermine the prospect of having a credible elections at the local government level?
All I know is that he has a duty, and I gave him a charge: deliver on a credible election. How they are going to go about it? It's a commission. It's not everything that you expect a governor to now be directing. If I'm directing the commission as to how they carry about their duty, will be unfair.
Now, just one word, perhaps a take-home point for the people of Ondo State. I believe when you came on in the last 18 months, connecting with the voices on the street, you saw the countenance of the faces of the common man in Ondo State. Leaving office in the next 3 years, or at least at the completion of your first term, what would you like to see? What enduring legacy do you think you would be leaving for the people of Ondo State by then?
Well, for me, I'm a student of history, and I've always believed that, look, what you need necessarily is to do your best. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm pursuing it, I'm focused, I have my eyes on the ball set to make sure that, look, at least I leave this state better than I met it.
The governor of Ondo State, Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, thank you so much for making our time to be part of this episode of Question Time. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Benga.
We should be very best of luck.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And that's it on this edition of Question Time from Channels Television Global Headquarters in Lagos. What's your take on the performance of the Ondo state government so far in the last 18 months? Send us a comment on our social media platforms showing right on your screen. You can also join us next week for a fresh episode of the show on Channels Television. Many thanks for watching. I'm Benga Ashiru. Bye for now.